Some people don't realize the real power of the United States aircraft carriers. So let me put things into perspective for you. The United Kingdom, China, India, and Italy each have 2 aircraft carriers. Countries like Thailand, Russia, Spain, and France only have 1. Now, when we talk about size and power, most nations proudly showcase their largest carriers. China's Fujian is currently the biggest among them, measuring an impressive 316 meters. Russia's Admiral Kuznetsov follows close behind at 305 meters. These ships are considered the pride of their fleets. But then there's the United States. The U.S. doesn't have just 1 or 2 carriers, it has 11. And not just any carriers. These are next-level, nuclear-powered giants that never need to refuel for 20 years. Yes, you heard that right. 2 entire decades of continuous operation without stopping for fuel. Every single American carrier is larger, more advanced, and more capable than any other carrier in the world. Even the worst U.S. carrier.
What if I told you the United States just sent the largest warship in the world into one of the most volatile regions on Earth? The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just another aircraft carrier. It's a floating city. Over 4,500 sailors on board. A nuclear-powered giant that can operate for more than 20 years without refueling its reactors. And it doesn't sail alone. It's heading to the Middle East with 9 other warships, forming a full carrier strike group designed for one thing: overwhelming force. Here's what most people don't know. The Ford isn't powered by traditional steam catapults like older carriers. It uses an electromagnetic launch system that can hurl a 100,000-pound aircraft from 0 to 150 miles per hour in seconds. That system alone cost billions to develop. It can launch more sorties per day than any carrier before it, and its dual nuclear reactors generate nearly 3 times the electrical power of previous classes. That means it's built not just for today's warfare, but for future weapons we haven't even seen yet. Each deployment like this sends a message without firing a shot. A single carrier strike group can carry more air power than most countries' entire air forces. And when the world's biggest warship moves, everyone notices.
Now it looks like the United States may be preparing for a strike on Iran. The U.S. aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln was already deployed in the region, and now the newest carrier USS Gerald R. Ford is also being sent there. These are not ordinary ships. An aircraft carrier is basically a floating military city at sea. From here, fighter jets can launch continuously, drones can monitor large areas, and missiles can be fired at any moment. Having 2 carriers together means the U.S. gains the ability to launch a massive air operation within hours. At the same time, U.S. air patrols have increased, missile defense systems are on high alert, and an Iranian drone was recently shot down nearby. Yet negotiations with Iran are still ongoing in Oman, pressure and diplomacy at the same time. The message seems clear: make a deal or the situation could change fast. Experts warn even a small mistake could turn into direct conflict. Do you think this is only pressure, or is war really getting close? Comment your opinion and follow for more updates.
Shalom. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Thereby honors to the apostles and elders and the bishops and the brothers worldwide who spread the truth out the 4 corners. Any last days, here when we begin the lesson, let's get it. And Ecclesiastes is a time for everything under the sun, and we in the time of war. I was just reading Exodus 15, man. Beautiful chapter, man. Brothers that in the truth, they definitely done read it, but these scriptures, man, they so edifying because you can read something in the past and read it again, and it's like it's fresh. And I realized that about the scripture because, you know, the scriptures affect you differently at different times. You know, you might have heard this scripture, you know what I'm saying? Just any scripture you can think of, you know, a psalm or a proverb, and last year it affected you differently than you hear it today. It affect you differently. And that's how beautiful these words are. They're living words, you know, living waters, the bread of life, because you can get spiritually fed through words. That's how we know this is a godlike presence. This is godly, otherworldly, heavenly light, because, you know, living in America is like, this is a cursed land. It's like we speak, all these people talk all day, every day to each other, but it's all curses, babbling. It's nothing good. It's nothing positive coming from this. But get back to the point. Romans 9:17. For this scripture said unto Pharaoh, modern day Pharaoh is the president of the United States of America. America has ain't no if to it, America has the strongest military to this day. And modern day Pharaoh is considered the president, which is DT. Even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. So when I was reading Exodus chapter 15, verse 3, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is a man of war. The Lord is his name. The Lord is a man of war. All throughout biblical times, throughout history, the Lord, when it was time to get something done, he prepared and he did it fashionably within war. That's how the Heavenly Father get down. You know what I'm saying? And this reminded me when we was in Egypt, you know, like, because, you know, the Heavenly Father basically was saying, like, he said, for the same purpose I raised thee up. The Heavenly Father's putting America on this level that it can't be messed with. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's building it up so he can show how much power he actually has and his name be declared, because when Egypt was destroyed, Yahweh Shah's name was declared. You know, so now it's been so many, you know what I'm saying, centuries and thousands of years since that happened. The Lord is about to do it again. This is Proverbs 21:1. It said, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. As the river of water, he turned it whatsoever he will. So when the Heavenly Father was talking to Moses, talking about, go tell Pharaoh this, do this, and tell him to let my people go, the Heavenly Father still was telling Moses that he was controlling Pharaoh. But he said, I'm going to harden his heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Heavenly Father's ultimate control everything going on. And it's like we got to understand, like, all this military stuff is about to take hand. You know what I'm saying? It's real. This is about to pop off. This is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. His name would be exalted, declared throughout the four corners, and we're living in that time when this prophecy is about to be fulfilled, and it's about to get crazy out here.
In 2025, the United States military stands unmatched, ready to unleash its full power anywhere on Earth. With the world's largest fleet of aircraft carriers, America projects strength across every ocean. From stealth fighters to next-generation bombers, the US dominates the skies with unrivaled technology. On land, its armored divisions and advanced artillery ensure overwhelming firepower. And with elite forces, cyber warfare, and cutting-edge drones, the US military is always one step ahead. This is US Military Power 2025, unstoppable, unchallenged, ready to unleash hell.
This is Jeremiah 16:14 and 15. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So that was, that was basically like war on that land. When the Lord sent them plagues, you know what I'm saying? He sent the plagues. Pharaoh army came after the children of Israel, and the Heavenly Father made a path for the children of Israel, and he swallowed up Pharaoh army, the horse and the rider. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is the same situation about to happen, but it's going to be on a more magnified, updated, upgraded, catastrophic level. Like, this event is about to be talking about forever in the kingdom. And when I think about that, I was like, man, it gotta like really be maxed out and be to that level on all angles for it to be talked about forever, for a long, long, long time. It has to live up to the hype, and it's about to get crazy. This is the same chapter, Jeremiah 16, verse 14, but 15. But the Lord, because the Heavenly Father, he delivers out of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, went in North America, and from all the lands where he had driven, we scattered throughout the four corners of earth, and I will bring them again to the land that I gave them to their fathers. So this is a new exodus about to happen. A new exodus is about to happen. That's why all the brothers be going in Micah 2:10. We've been saying this scripture for years. Arise ye, depart, for this is not our rest. Don't get too complacent. Times are here. Times are different. We're in a time of war. Things happen. Like, be comfortable with being a minimalist. Then they say be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because we're gonna be in predicaments that We ain't gonna have kick back, laid back on the couch and playing PS5 and Grand Theft Auto 6. No, man, it ain't no comfortability in times of war. It's gonna be a lot of panic, turmoil, chaos. It said, Exodus 15:4. Well, I'm gonna read it again. 3. The Lord Yahweh Shah is a man of war. The Heavenly Father is bringing war. Lord Yahweh Shah is bringing war here on this earth. The Lord is his name. The heavenly host is a military. They have their own. The heavenly host, Michael the Archangel, the angel of war. Michael the Archangel is an angel of war. You know what I'm saying? Things about to pop off, man. This is the most, when the scriptures speak about all these events and prophecy, this right here is like the creme de la creme and the climax of all the scriptures. You know, the Armageddon, World War III, Lord Yahweh Shah coming back, the children of Israel being delivered again. This is about to happen on a huge, grandeur scale. It's about to get crazy out here. Same chapter, Exodus 15, verse 26, and said, if thou wilt diligently hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments. What is the commandments? What's the first commandments? Fear him. Fear him for all these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, and will give ear to his commandments and keep all his statutes. I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord Yahweh Shah that healeth thee. So the Lord brought them plagues on Egypt. He brought them plagues. The death angel, the locusts, the frogs, the water turned to blood, the darkness. The Lord brought them plagues upon Egypt. But the Lord said, if you give ear to my commandments, fear me, and do my statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee. So what does that mean? Because even second Ezra goes into the Lord said, I'm going to send plagues as Egypt as before. And when Ezra got that vision, I want to say that was way more like, that was centuries there. What happened in the old Egypt already happened. He was speaking in a future reference, like as before. So it's about to happen again, which we are in modern day Egypt, a superpower. But it's bondage. We're in Egypt, bondage, but America is a superpower with the military. So what does that mean is about to happen here in America? The Lord's about to bring them diseases. We got to speak in code. He's about to bring them same type of plagues, but worse, far worse than what happened in Egypt. Because you got to understand, the times when we was living back then, we was developed, but we wasn't developed as how we are right now with technology and information and understanding of things. So when the Lord sent them frogs, when the Heavenly Father sent them frogs, sent them plagues, you know, it still was catastrophic. But this time the Lord, he can do different versions of that same plague. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what he did in Egypt. He tore down the infrastructure. They wasn't able to have commerce. They wasn't able to, you know what I'm saying? The Lord took the comfort out of Egypt. That's the same thing that's about to happen over here in America. I don't think these Americans realize what's about to happen. Sometimes I don't, you know what I'm saying? But the Spirit keep keep your head on the swivel, like, hey, son, hey, this is not far from happening. That's why the scripture said, now it's high time to wake out of sleep, for our salvation nearer than what we believe. Our redemption draw not. I know one play that's gonna happen. The internet shut off. You know what I'm saying? EMP attacks. So you see how people act when they can't get on Facebook and Twitter and X and Snapchat and all these different apps. Yeah, people gonna bug out, just not be able to get on these social sites, because a lot of these Americans, man, under the influence, man, they on some type of medication to keep them acting normally. Then they go on these apps and live in a false reality, and they make them feel good about that. So well, the Lord finna make us all face reality, who he is, our circumstances. A lot of these Americans are proud. They boast themselves on a level like they got something when they really don't. No, everything's finna be brought to the table. And just like you've seen all these elites, these powerful people been put on a pedestal, and they hear and seeing you, all you goyim and you sheep, you cattle, you lower lesser people. That's how they look at us, talking crap and making these videos. They finna come down on you. They see all that and hear all that. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, you know what? They finna get that power back. They finna take away your comfortabilities. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's how the power elites be. They had that power in secrecy. So when they get exposed and stuff, what they gonna do? They gonna find some way to flip the corners on it so your situation get panicked. That's why it's gonna be Egyptian against Egyptian. And the scripture, 2 Ezra 15 goes, and they shall not regard kings nor prince. And the powers and the course of the action that stand in their power. Basically, it's like these people not gonna regard the governors no more, these politicians, these powers to be. And the power, of course, is going to be, in their own hand. They're going to do what they got to do in order to survive and sustain. That's the type of times we're going to be in. All hell breaking loose, civil unrest, war, civil disputes within the household. One kingdom against another kingdom. We're living in that one realm against another realm. The scripture speaks about this time. That's why it's going to be pandemonium. Pandemonium, phenomenal pandemonium. Keeping the P. And with the prophets, we keeping the P because we the prophets. Prophesying. Same symbolism what the Lord did in Egypt. He's about to do it here in spiritually Egypt. But spiritually Sodom, spiritually all these ancient empires, Rome's. But America's about to be the example of what not to do and not to live ungodly. That's what's scary because I'm right here smack in the middle of America and I'm like, damn, this is really finna pop off. But in order for us to get saved and delivered, we have to be in the right standards and good standards with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So, Shalom.